The average modern engine is built to last about 200,000 miles, but most don't even make it past 120,000. Why? One word: neglect. The truth is, if you do this once a month, your engine could practically last forever. It takes less than 10 minutes, costs almost nothing, yet it can double the life of your car. And stay with me till the end, because I've saved the most powerful bonus tip, the one that can be the difference between an engine dying at 150,000 miles or pushing past 500,000. Let's get into it. Habit number 14. Check engine oil level and condition. If you only remember one tip from this video, let it be this: oil is your engine's lifeblood. More engines have died from neglected oil than from anything else. Checking it once a month takes just 2 minutes. Pop the hood, pull the dipstick, wipe it, slide it back in, and read it again. That dipstick tells you more truth than any dashboard light ever will. Healthy oil should look clear amber, almost like honey. If it's dark, gritty, or smells burnt, that's oil screaming for a change. Also, check the level running. Even 1 quart low doesn't sound like much, but that's when metal starts grinding against metal. And once that damage happens, it's permanent. Personally, I've built a routine. First Saturday morning of every month, coffee in one hand, rag in the other. I check my oil. I've seen delivery cars last 300,000 miles this way. Engines don't quit when they're cared for. And since your hood's already open, don't close it just yet. There's another quick inspection that can save your engine from overheating without you even realizing it. Habit number 13. Inspect coolant reservoir. Engines don't just die from bad oil, they cook themselves to death when you ignore coolant. Overheating is one of the fastest ways to turn a good motor into a worthless block of metal. Here's what you do. With the engine cold, pop the hood and check the coolant reservoir. Never open the radiator cap while it's hot, unless you enjoy boiling antifreeze in your face. On the side of the tank, you'll see min and max marks. The level should be between them. But don't just check the level, check the color too. Fresh coolant is usually bright green, orange, or pink depending on your car. If it looks rusty, milky, or you spot oil floating in it, that's big trouble, likely a blown head gasket or oil mixing where it shouldn't. I once had a customer who thought he just needed a coolant top-off. The fluid looked like brown coffee, and sure enough, his engine was cooked beyond saving. 2 minutes a month could have saved him thousands. And while you're under the hood, don't stop there. Another small thing can take down your whole engine if you ignore it: belts and hoses. Habit number 12. Inspect belts and hoses. Sometimes it's just a $30 belt or a weak hose that takes the whole system down. I've seen engines overheat, alternators stop charging, and power steering fail, all because nobody looked at their belts and hoses. Once a month, grab a flashlight and check them. Belts should look solid, no cracks, no glossy shine, no strings fraying on the edges. Press down if it feels loose or squeals when you start the car. It's time to tighten or replace. For hoses, squeeze gently. They should feel firm, not mushy, not rock hard. Look for bulges, leaks at clamps, or dried cracks. A blown hose can dump all your coolant in seconds, and then it's game over. I'll never forget a customer who limped in with smoke pouring out of his hood. His serpentine belt snapped on the highway, the water pump quit spinning, and by the time he pulled over, the motor was hotter than a barbecue grill. One driveway check a month could have saved him thousands. And while you've got the flashlight out, don't skip the next step. It's not as obvious, but ignoring it can create electrical nightmares. Habit number 11. Keep battery terminals and cables clean. Your engine doesn't just need fuel and air, it needs steady electricity. A weak battery connection can make your car act possessed. Once a month, inspect the battery posts and cables. If you see white crust, green fuzz, or corrosion, it's time to clean. A wire brush and a little baking soda solution work wonders. After cleaning, tighten the clamps, wiggle them. If they move, they're too loose. Clean, secure connections ensure your starter spins strong, your ignition fires properly, and your sensors get reliable power. Neglect this, and you'll be chasing electrical gremlins that drive you crazy. Speaking of airflow and sensors, let's move on to something simple but critical for how your engine breathes. And hey, if you find these tips useful, hit that like button. It helps more drivers learn to care for their cars. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next habit. Habit number 10. Check the air filter. Your engine is basically a big air pump. It breathes in, burns fuel, and breathes out. Cut off its air supply and you choke it. That's what happens when you drive with a clogged air filter. While doing your monthly oil check, open the air box. Most cars use a few clips or screws. Pull the filter and hold it up to the light. If you can't see daylight through it, your engine can't breathe either. That means wasted fuel, rough idle, and strain on everything from spark plugs to the catalytic converter. Air filters are cheap insurance. If it looks gray, packed with bugs, or dirty, replace it. Don't wait until your car is gasping for air. And since we're talking about efficiency, let's move to the one thing connecting your car to the road: your tires. Habit number 9. Check tire pressure and alignment. Most people don't realize tires can quietly put extra strain on your engine. Drive with low pressure and you're basically dragging the car, forcing the engine to burn more fuel just to keep moving. By now, you should own a reliable tire gauge. Don't trust gas station ones, they're beat up and inaccurate. Check all 4 tires cold. Inside the driver's door jamb, you'll find a sticker with the correct pressure. Ignore the sidewall that's max pressure, not your recommended level. While you're at it, pay attention to how the car drives. If the wheel pulls or the tires wear unevenly, your alignment is off. A bad alignment doesn't just ruin tires, it stresses your suspension and drivetrain too. Proper tire pressure and alignment make driving easier and help your engine breathe a sigh of relief. And since we're talking about breathing, let's look at a small part under the hood with a big role in keeping your engine clean: the PCV valve. Habit number 8. Inspect the PCV valve. This little part is one of the most overlooked under the hood. Cheap, small, but critical. The PCV valve vents pressure and vapors from the crankcase back to the intake to be burned. If it clogs, sludge builds up inside, seals leak, and oil gets pushed where it shouldn't. Once a month, pull it out and shake it, you should hear it rattle. If it's stuck, gunked up, or the hose is cracked, replace it. They cost as little as $5, but they prevent thousands in repairs. While you're down there, glance under your car too. What drips onto your driveway can tell you an entire story. Habit number 7. Check for fluid leaks. Engines don't always fail suddenly. Sometimes they bleed out slowly right in front of you. The ground under your car is like a free report card. Once a month, move your car and check the spot. See a puddle? Don't just ignore it. Clear water is usually AC condensation. But dark brown or black? Oil. Red or pink? Transmission or power steering? Green, orange, or pink that feels slick? Coolant. Even a few drops matter. A small leak today can mean a dead engine tomorrow. I've seen people ignore stains until one day their car overheats on the highway and locks solid. Catching leaks early is way cheaper than rebuilding an engine. And while we're catching problems early, let's move to the smart tool every driver should have: an OBD2 scanner. Habit number 6. Scan for error codes. Your car knows when something's wrong before you do. Problem is, most people wait for a check engine light, or worse, until the car runs rough. By then, damage is already creeping in. An OBD2 scanner plugs into the port under your dash and tells you exactly what the car's computer is seeing. I scan mine once a month, even if no lights are on. Why? Because issues don't always trigger a warning right away. A misfire count might be building, an O2 sensor getting lazy, or fuel trims drifting. The scanner spots it before it turns into a big repair bill. I've had cars towed in for sudden breakdowns, only to find the issue had been creeping up for months. A 40 sensor would have fixed it, now it's a 4,000 repair. Think of it as a monthly checkup for your car's brain. And when the computer's happy, you still need to make sure the spark is strong. Habit number 5. Inspect spark plug wires and coils. Engines live and die by spark. No spark, no fire. Weak spark, and you get misfires, wasted fuel, and cylinder damage. Once a month, inspect your plug wires and coils. If you've got old-style plug wires, feel along them, check for cracks or rubbing. At night, you can mist them with water if you see sparks jumping, they're leaking voltage. On coil-on-plug setups, look for corrosion or burn marks on the boots. If the rubber looks dry, cracked, or shows black tracking lines, that coil is failing. I once had a customer with terrible fuel economy. His wires were arcing so badly the engine was fighting itself. New wires and coils, and the car drove like brand new. Good spark means clean power. Bad spark means stress everywhere. And since spark and air meet at the throttle body, let's make sure it stays clean. Habit number 4, clean throttle body and MAF sensor. The throttle body and MAF sensor are the lungs and nose of your engine. The throttle controls airflow, and the MAF measures it for the computer. If they're dirty, everything goes downhill: idle, fuel economy, and performance. Over time, carbon builds around the throttle plate it sticks, causing rough idle. The MAF collects dirt and oil mist, then it misreads airflow, forcing the computer to guess. That means rich fuel trims and wasted power. Cleaning is simple. Once a month, remove the intake hose, spray throttle body cleaner, and wipe gently. For the MAF, only use MAF safe cleaner, never touch the wires. A couple sprays, let it dry, and you're good. Keep these clear, and your engine stays smooth and efficient. And while we're on fluids, there's one more system that needs monthly care. Habit number 3, use a fuel system treatment. Engines run best when fuel burns clean. But injectors clog, valves carbon up, and combustion chambers get dirty. That makes engines rough, inefficient, and weak. Once a month, run a quality fuel system cleaner through the tank. Don't grab the cheapest bottle, get a trusted brand designed to clean injectors and break down carbon. Pour it in before filling up so it mixes well. Clean injectors spray a fine mist for perfect combustion. Dirty injectors dribble fuel, causing misfires and bad mileage. I've pulled injectors so clogged they barely sprayed at all, the engine sounded like it was dead. One treatment later, it's smoothed out. And whenever possible, use top-tier gas. The detergents keep things cleaner between treatments. Now, this next habit isn't about fuel or fluids, it's about using your ears. Habit number 2, listen for strange noises engines talk. You just have to listen. Too many people crank the radio and ignore sounds that could save them thousands. Every so often, drive with the radio off and windows down. Here's what to listen for: knocking or pinging like marbles rattling. Often bad fuel, carbon, or timing issues, ignore it and pistons suffer. Ticking or tapping. Could be low oil, worn lifters, or valves needing adjustment. Sometimes just an exhaust leak, but it needs checking. Squealing? Usually a loose or worn belt. If it snaps, you lose critical systems instantly. Grinding? Bearings in the alternator, water pump, or AC compressor, ignore it, and they seize. Hissing? Vacuum leak messes with fuel trim, causes rough running. Thumping or clunking. Mounts, suspension, or drivetrain stress. Transferring to the engine bay. And since clunks often point to what holds the engine in place, that brings us to the final habit. Habit number 1, drive the car hard once in a while. Believe it or not, babying your engine can kill it faster than pushing it. If you only take short trips, idle, or never rev past 2,000 RPM, carbon builds up inside like cholesterol in arteries. That means sticky rings, clogged injectors, sluggish power, and bad economy. That's why mechanics recommend the Italian tune-up. Once a month, after the engine is warm, take it on the highway and drive it hard, not redlining from stoplights, but some spirited acceleration and higher RPM cruising. This burns off carbon deposits, keeps piston rings free, clears out the catalytic converter, and restores airflow. Engines are designed to use their full range, never letting them stretch shortens their life. Clean and protect electrical grounds. Do this, and your car could outlive most others. Every modern car relies on dozens of ground connections for its electrical circuits. When those grounds corrode or loosen, strange problems appear: weak fuel pumps, misfires, bad sensors, even crazy transmission behavior. Once a month, check your grounds. Find the straps and bolts connecting the engine, chassis, and battery negative. Remove them, scrub with a wire brush, retighten, and coat with dielectric grease. This one fix protects your ECU and keeps every system running at full power. Take these monthly habits seriously, and your engine will reward you with years of strong, reliable life.